What up, man?
What's up, man?
Nothing, can't call it. How you doing, man?
Man, chilling the same way, man. Where did I put it? Okay.
Man, I see why you like doing these brackets. That shit
Oh
was
yeah.
fun to come up with.
Oh yeah. This is. It was a time. I'm telling you. Well, I guess we'll get into it where it started from once we start the podcast or
Hey,
whatever.
bro, look, you see how easy that is? We started. There it is.
Oh, there it is. Just like that, we
See?
started.
It's a natural transition. Come on now.
Oh, that is. I had to take a shot for that one. That was good.
So
That
what
was a
did
good
get
one.
you into it?
So what got me into the pod? I mean, not the podcast, but what got me into the bracket thing was COVID. Actually, just sitting at the house, chilling. You're not doing nothing. And my family is like movie junkies, especially horror movies. We're horror movie
Okay.
junkies for sure. So I was just sitting at the house and I was just like, man, I don't know what movies is better than the others. And I saw somebody like talking about some movies on Twitter. I forgot what it was, but I was like, I should do a bracket and just do movies. And I just did action movies because action movies are such a broad, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And when I did it, it was just a joke, so I just sent it to my family or whatever as a
Mhm.
joke. But lo and behold, it took off. It took off, became a thing of its own. Now on my YouTube channel, I'm gonna be doing a whole different thing, like just different videos where people drink, get a couple drinks, and we just debate the brackets. And because I did a test run with my family like a month ago, and we did like the best black sitcoms. They was in there
Oh,
arguing for about 25 minutes on like the
oh yeah.
Cosby Show versus Family Matters. They was in there arguing, but I was just in there laughing. Like I was like, this is what I wanted. This is yes, argue with each other. This is what I wanted. So
That's the
yeah.
best thing. The when you have something that you just have opinion based,
Mm-hmm.
objective, anything that's opinion based, objective, you will generate content and conversation. Just
Fact.
because everybody thinks that they know better than everybody else.
Fact. And
It's crazy.
it's
And that's the
hilarious.
that's the best thing for the internet too, because then you can generate engagement because everybody be like, nah, let me break it down.
I was, and then when you did yours, you did yours so quick. I was like, so what the hell would I be doing wrong? I'm like, because it take me 2 hours to do mine. I'll be sitting there like, okay, I gotta rank them. I gotta put
I
here.
mean,
Like, what's the most
I
critically
feel like
acclaimed?
I don't know how quick that was, but it felt like it took a while.
It didn't take a while. I feel like we had just had the conversation. Then maybe 30 minutes later, he was like, so here's mine. I was like, wait a minute. I was confused. I was like, hold on now.
Well,
It
like
made me look like
literally
I'm doing something wrong.
as I was talking to you, as I was typing, I was like, I know I gotta have this movie in. I know I gotta have this movie in there. And then in my head, I was like, okay, I'm gonna divide it up. Like in my head, I immediately thought like I'm gonna have comical Christmas, like holiday
Right.
movies, black
Black
holiday
family.
movies, obviously, and then like animated, and then like traditional. I was like, I gotta have those four, and then from there, it was just like easy.
And then I was looking at him. I was like, okay, what does that one say? I was like, okay, hopefully he tells me what some of them are, because I was like, I think I could kind of see what he's going at right here. But then at the
Oh
same
yeah,
time, I'm like, I don't want to say the wrong movie, but I can
no,
tell
we
you
good.
right now, I'm gonna get there. We're gonna get there when we talking about it, but I'm gonna tell you right now before we even get started, because I didn't do the whole thing. I just wanted to get like a little gist. I'm gonna tell you right now,
Mm-hmm.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas is gonna make it far. I don't know if it's gonna win, but How the Grinch Stole Christmas is gonna make it very far on my bracket.
Hold on now. We talking about
We talking about Jim
animated
Carrey.
or Jim
We talking about
Carrey?
Jim Carrey. We talking
Okay.
about Jim Carrey.
All right.
We talking about Jim Carrey.
As long as we talk about Jim Carrey, I can feel
Mm-hmm.
you. Let's do
Man
that.
is the man. So you want to start with your bracket? You want to start with my bracket?
I say let's start with your bracket because we just came out of Halloween. I'm gonna see
Okay.
if I can do a little something, see if I can screen share real
Okay.
quick.
So how long you been podcasting?
Technically on and off for about 2 years,
Okay.
but I'm telling you right now, it's been more off than on.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. Oh my God, what just happened? I'll be understanding because
Can you
it's a
see it?
lot. Yeah, I can see you are sharing screen.
Boom. All right, then we're good. And we're gonna start with
Boom.
this side.
We're gonna start with the right side first.
Yeah.
All right.
Now you, boy, I fucks with you on this because you got The Shining right up there versus The Descent. I'm gonna tell you right now that fucks with me right there
That off the rip, that fucks with you.
because
Okay.
The Shining is a classic for me, but
Mm-hmm.
also The Descent fucks with my actual fears.
Oh, you don't like claustrophobia?
Hate that shit. Hate that shit. that shit is not for me.
Okay.
It fucks with me. So off the rip, if I'm going off of emotion, I'm picking The Descent.
Ooh. See, that's what I'm saying.
That's
In
just,
these brackets, I don't want you to pick what you think everybody thinks is the better movie because then it's gonna be The Shining versus The Exorcist, and I don't want that. I don't want people to think. Well, I want you to feel like, what movie do you watch? And you be like, I can click this every time.
Yeah, I'm going with what creeps me out more.
Okay, like, The Descent.
The Descent fucks with me more, and if I'm watching a scary movie, I obviously want to be fucked with. Like that's the mood I'm in if I'm watching a scary movie. So I'm picking Descent straight off.
I ain't mad at you. I would personally pick The Shining just because The Shining had one of the best movie moments in history that had nothing to do with the movie. I guess it goes with the paranoia fucking with you, was when that bear was giving the dude head. I was just like, okay, I don't know what's going on anymore with this movie. I'm very confused now. She's running down the hallway, boom, head. I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I was confused.
Bro, and I tell you that's I'm with you because that's creepy as fuck. And it's that out of nowhere kind of creepy, so it's just super fucking weird. Let me see if I can bring you back up while I'm on here. Goddamn.
That shit was hilarious. But I don't mind Descent at all. You're not, what's crazy is you're not the first person on this list to tell me The Descent beat The Shining. Now, The Shining is an overall favorite to make it to the final four in a bunch of lists, but people have picked The Descent to go very far.
Yeah, I only say this. I could see The Shining going far because it also is just like a classic film in general,
right?
And that's you can't really. It's hard to fuck with classic film like that. It's just. But
so since you're doing mine, we're gonna go with your picks, and on the Christmas one, I guess we can go with my picks since you made that one.
All right,
we could do it like, okay, cool. So we'll go with
and
okay.
Anything we both like end up agreeing on, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna circle that in green or something because I'm just gonna circle this in red.
Okay.
So.
All right. This is amazing. The fact that you know Zoom like this, I'd be confused on Zoom. This is amazing.
Oh, it's because I got to do it for work and shit.
Okay. The Conjuring. No, go ahead. Talk your stuff.
I was about to say what I hate is I can't keep us up here at the same time.
It is what it is. They know who's talking. They saw us at the beginning.
Exactly. So, Conjuring, Blair Witch. Right. I want to hear your thoughts.
So, as a kid, when I saw Blair Witch, it fucked me up because I actually thought those three motherfuckers was dead.
you fell for the marketing.
I did.
And it was
genius marketing. Probably the most genius marketing to date. Because they had wanted posters. They had this whole site. If you've seen these people, let us know. Blase. And then when you watch the film, it don't even do nothing for the whole movie. It's just
and it was so
fucking with you.
It was so perfect because it was like just when like internet was starting to really become a big thing. So like you couldn't research too much.
Genius. It was genius. And they filmed it in 8 days. I found out they filmed that shit in 8 days.
What I love about it is they like legit just got lost sometimes because they didn't tell them where they was going.
Right. Right. They were legit in there actually going through that. But like I was like, yo, whoever made this, like they're geniuses. Yes. And it's just that, and it make you mad. It make you like, oh, buddy, I forgot his name, but when he tear up the map and throw it in the river.
It's like, bruh,
what are you doing, bro?
Like, if you think you got a friend like that in your life, that made you be like, you know what? I'm gonna make sure I never get nowhere with that motherfucker because he gonna fuck some shit up. He gonna get us lost. I ain't fucking
right. Now, The Conjuring, I feel like The Conjuring, for my age group, is one of the scariest movies we've seen. Coming up.
I don't disagree, and The Conjuring is also one of the smartest ones because it took the whole like, because this happens in film all the time. Like there's trends that start happening,
Hmm.
and everyone just jumps on the bandwagon. But Conjuring
Hmm.
did it right. They were like, we're gonna jump on that universe bandwagon, but we're gonna do
Hmm.
it with scary movies. We're gonna make a scary movie universe. That
Right.
shit was fucking genius. They like, you know
Oh
what?
shit.
Oh, we building movie universes. Okay, we gonna build one
Right.
that will scare the shit out of you.
Hmm. But then later down the road, Universal tried to do it and they failed because they tried to do it
Yeah.
with the Mummy type thing. They was gonna put in like Dr. Jekyll, and I was like, they just failed at it. But the
See,
Conjuring and them, they
Universal
get it.
fucked up. Universal fucked up because they was all like, "Oh yeah, we did this shit back in the day. We just gonna bring
Right.
back those same old monsters." No, we still want new shit. Like, what you
Right.
doing?
Like, come on, bro. But out of these
Like,
two, mm, which one I would sit down if it was on TV and these two was right here and I clicked probably The Conjuring.
same. Because
Probably The
I
Conjuring.
love the Blair Witch Project for the first experience, but I can't keep rewatching that unless I'm watching it with someone who ain't seen it yet.
Facts.
So yeah,
Facts.
I'm with you on Conjuring because I would have done the same thing.
That makes sense. So we agree on The Conjuring.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty.
See, now you didn't pull
Not.
two classics.
Oh, I did. I threw it at him. I threw it at him, and I
That's,
really did this because of my sister. I really did this
oh
because of my
yeah.
sister because my sister, like I said, we're big movie junkies, and she's the one who got me into horror films because my dad got her into horror films. And one of her favorite horror movies, it has to be top three, is Rosemary's Baby.
Ooh,
But
okay.
but everybody loves Freddy. And I was like, let me fuck her up real quick because, like I said, when I first did this, it was just to fuck with my family, just to make them, you know what I'm saying, think. And I did that
Mm-hmm.
specifically to fuck with her. But I've come to realize this is actually a debate that I didn't know across the world or whatever, across whoever's seen this bracket. They like, I'm
Really?
supposed to pick between that. Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see why. I don't see why this is a debate.
I
I
see why
think
it's difficult to pick between them.
I do not. This is where we disagree because I think Rosemary's Baby is boring until they get to Hail Satan.
See, this is why. This is why it's difficult because for them people who are like horror heads,
Hmm.
they people love that psychological shit, and Rosemary's Baby is a lot of psychological shit.
I'll give you that now, for sure.
And then to go up against Freddy, who's just he is so charismatic as a character.
Hmm.
Plus, when you think Nightmare on Elm Street, you don't just think the first one; you automatically think all of them.
Facts.
So it's like that's a fucking vast like array of movies. Like, and I'm supposed to go against like the psychological treatment of Rosemary's Baby, which like if especially if you're a woman, that shit fucks with you.
Right.
But yeah,
Telling
I'm
me I
Freddy
had
all the
sex
way.
with Satan? But yeah, no, we agree there. We're definitely Freddy. I was like, you tell me I had sex with Satan? Really? What?
Exactly. And then did you ever see that like remake that they did of it? It had Zoe Saldana in it.
It was a remake of Rosemary's Baby. No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I think they did it like a mini series.
I hate remakes unless it's it.
I
That's the only person. That's the only remake I really thought they did it. They did it correct. But we'll get to
you
it
know
later.
what? Since we actually on this subject, I didn't hate that Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
The one where they
I
actually explore his backstory that he was actually a child molester.
yeah, I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it. I just didn't like how he looked.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
I'm
Well,
just
yeah,
maybe I'm just a what I'm saying, Robert Englund fan. I just kind of want to see what I'm saying, him stay in the role, but I don't.
but you know how they do, where they always gotta
Right.
like even though they clearly remaking something, they're like, okay, let's do something different. Like, motherfucker, don't be trying to do that different now. You already doing the same thing by remaking something.
Right. That makes sense. but
So
we agree
like,
on Freddy.
oh fuck yeah. What?
Oh,
Welcome to
man.
Primetime, bitch is gonna be on my
Right.
fucking
It's the
gravestone.
greatest top 3 lines in movie history.
Like, welcome to Primetime, bitch. Put a head in TV. It's over. Come on now.
Oh man. What's next? Ooh.
Friday the 13th. Poltergeist.
This one is the biggest debate out of all of them. This round right here, I've literally it's like 50-50. I've done this. I sent this breakfast to like 50, 60 people, and this is the
See
biggest
now, right
one.
here, I'm gonna be like, there is no. I'm sorry, Poltergeist.
Okay.
Like, I only because that Friday the 13th, that shit is comical now. That
Yeah.
first
Now,
one,
when you look back at a lot of these, they're comical.
that's comical because like the end of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
Jason's mom is at least 55 in her
I might
50s,
give it older
maybe
than
her
that.
60s.
I say low 60s. I'm not.
And she just tossing around all these young kids. Fuck out of here. I will whoop that old lady's ass. Ain't no way.
She did get a
I would
couple
have
by surprise now, especially what's his name under the bed when she stuck the like thing through his neck. I thought that was
Kevin
fire.
Bacon.
Oh,
Bacon.
that was the best kill of the movie.
They fucked him up. They did him dirty. They was like, oh yeah, you relaxing? Fuck you.
But I don't mind. I would agree. I would agree Poltergeist because Poltergeist is a fucking fever trip if there is one. First of all, they did the little boy so wrong in that movie. Like out of all the people that was going through it, like the whole family, the boy was getting the worst. He got attacked by a tree. He got attacked by a clown. His room kept getting fucked up.
Like, that clown, like what? I'm not even having that in my room. Like, get that out of my room. Get that away from me.
When he got
just on some regular shit.
When he got up the cover, I was like, I understand. I don't even
he was like, nope.
Nope.
Like, get right the fuck out of here with that shit. I'm not going.
When I found out they was actually using real skeletons that they dug up from cemetery,
that shit was cheaper.
I lost my mind. I said, you niggas are trying to die. Like y'all just trying.
Like y'all, first of all, your movie is about disrespecting the dead, and then you gonna disrespect the dead by actually using skeletons. What the fuck is wrong? Oh, well, it was cheaper. And the fuck?
Right. I think I spend some money and not die. I want to be alive later. Like,
you damn right. And then when you start hearing all the stories about people dying from that movie, like, y'all be fucking around. That's what happens when you fuck around.
Get Out or Cabin in the Woods.
This is unfucking fair.
Yeah, this is one. This is one of them ones, boy. This is one of them ones.
Like, because this should be a later matchup. Because they both took horror and did something different.
Facts. That is exactly the reason why I put them right there at the beginning.
You fucker.
I'm glad you called it at the beginning.
Yeah, because come on, like, Get Out is layered as fuck. It's a horror movie. It's a social commentary movie. Like, man, and it's a comedy.
Woods, like you said about The Conjuring. The Conjuring is one of the smarter movies. I feel like Cabin in the Woods is probably top 3 smartest horror movies I've ever seen in my life.
So fucking smart. It's like, all those stories and all those things that you hear that constantly get done and redone, we do it for a reason. We do it because it's a ritual.
It's a ritual. And literally, like, when they're going down the elevator and you see all the different monsters, you can literally put every horror movie that you ever seen and see, like, look, they go him in that box. They go Pinhead in that box.
Somebody has fun, like Easter eggs hiding that shit. They were like,
I'm trying to tell you. Somebody pointed out the other day that in Cabin in the Woods, you can see the tether. You can see 2 people in like red jumpsuits in a box. And I was like,
fuck out of here, for real?
Out to 2018. Yeah, it's really, you look at it, it's 2 like people in red suits. They look like tethers.
That's
wild. I'm like, yo, Cabin in the Woods is different. It is different.
Yeah.
But do I have it beaten to Get Out? That's tough. That's so tough. Bro. Get Out was.
I'm gonna tell you the one I'm gonna be like, I want you to watch this movie. It's actually gonna be Cabin in the Woods.
Ooh.
When I be like, yo, sit down, I want you to watch this movie because I want people to see a horror movie that dissects horror. And I like that movie does that. Like, it completely dissects the whole horror genre, rebuilds it, and gives you something both that you've seen before and never seen before at the same time. Right. Because, like, Cabin in the Woods is basically Evil Dead kinda, but it's like, no, this is different. This is special.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking man. It's fucking good.
And I left, another thing, I left Evil Dead off of here because I didn't know how many people had saw Evil Dead when I first did this list, and I was giving it to my family. I knew me and my dad had saw Evil Dead, but I didn't think my mom or my sister and everybody else that I sent it to in my family had seen Evil Dead. That's the only reason why I left it off.
Oh yeah,
List.
Evil
But
Dead is for some people it's a deeper cut.
Right. But I think you're gonna have to circle a red circle around this one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick Get Out. I feel like because Get Out, only reason I'm picking Get Out, it was such a talk on social media for about 2 months, nonstop.
This is true. This is true.
And I feel
that's
like
because
I still go and catch stuff that I missed the first time. Like I didn't know until like maybe like a couple months ago when he's walking through the hallway with the dad. He was like, "Well, we keep a piece of her in the kitchen." And it was literally the maid in the kitchen. It was the piece of her still. I was like, you know what, Jordan? I don't know what you're doing, but I like it. Keep going. I really didn't.
I was like that with Us because hell, I'm still like that with Us. Because when I first saw it, I was like, look, I'm analyzing, I'm looking at everything. And even though I was catching shit, I was missing shit because I was catching other shit. I was like, fuck.
This shit is wild. I was like, yo, George.
Because at the beginning of that, he's got like she's watching TV, right? And it's all those like videotapes. So I'm catching all the videotapes and all the references to those old school movies. Meanwhile, I'm missing everything on the screen that's giving you what's going to happen later in the movie.
What's going to happen later in the movie?
I was like, fuck. I thought I was special because I was like, I'm catching the Chud stuff. I'm catching this reference.
Yep. And he just telling you, by the way, we're going to go to this little fair. We're going to go, you know what I'm saying? Hold us all together, the tether.
Right? I was like,
we're Americans.
That's what fucked me up. I was like, man.
You remember as a child. Yep, that makes sense. That shit is
good ass movie. That's a good ass movie.
Child's Play or The Strangers?
This is easy for me.
Okay.
Child's Play is a nostalgic favorite, but The Strangers is some real shit that I'm actually scared of could happen.
Strangers is horrifying to watch at night. If you watch The Strangers at night by yourself, you are spooked for the rest of the night.
Right.
You're not opening the door for nobody.
I'm not leaving the house. I'm locking shit up. No, I'm not doing it. Don't you ever knock on my door while I'm watching that movie. Don't nobody knock on my door.
And it's so wild because at the end, you try to figure out why they doing this for. Why are you doing this to us? Oh, because you were home.
What? Because you were at home. You motherfuckers happen to be the only ones on the block at home, so you get it. Because
I'm 100% behind you on that one. I never got the Chucky. I know Chucky is funny, but I already have a funny killer that I would prefer. Freddy. I would prefer Freddy. You know what I'm saying? I already have a funny killer.
But he ain't badass. Like,
right. I would
get your little ass out of here, bro.
We agree on The Strangers for sure.
That remake was like, still, get your little ass out of here, bro.
That's out of here.
I don't care if you sound like Mark Hamill. You still out of here. Joker voice ass out of here.
Now, I threw some classic classes at you here, boy. I went to the 70s on
and you put them against each other too.
Each other, so for sure. Like, pissed my dad off when I did this.
He was like, you know what? Fuck this shit.
Yeah, right. Jaws of the Omen.
Let me see. Because like I said, I was going off fears. Just
Are you scared of shark? Or are you scared of the Satan's son?
See, because what's fucked up about Jaws is like how real it is now, because it's not really the fact of like sharks, but the fact of like dumbass government not shutting down the beach, even though people dying. Like that shit works now.
Oh, I didn't look at it like that. That makes sense.
Yeah. That like fucks me up. Because like, oh yeah, people are dying, but you know what? Keep it going because we need to make money. Like, shit. Right now, people dying, but
or do you go with I did it for all this for you, Jamie, and then jumped out the window and hung herself. I said, huh? What's going on here? What movie am I
Bro,
watching again?
kids gonna be forever creeping. Kids in horror gonna be forever creeping, and we gonna get to that later.
Oh
But
yeah, for sure.
man,
You know what's coming. You know what's coming.
so you know what's coming.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I gotta go Jaws, man, because it's the scary nature of stupidity.
I'm gonna go. You can start a red one about that one. You can start a red one about Jaws. That's another one. How I feel about Rosemary's Baby. I feel like Jaws, and I would never disrespect a classic like that because it's the first big blockbuster. I just when I watched it for the first time, I was like, can we get to something exciting? Like we'll be bored.
Oh, you were bored.
He would talk to his son that something exciting happened. I'm like, oh, and then it'll go away. We'll go back to talking. Like that whole scene on them on the ship and they sing it drunk. I'm like, I know people love that scene. I was like, can we get back to the shark, please? Like, oh man, and that Omen scared the crap out of me. Between her hanging herself and them dogs that were chasing me, it scared the crap out of me.
I feel you.
So,
I feel you.
Now this is a fun one for me personally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Scream Hereditary. I like the last one a lot. This was a fun one for me.
How come? Like,
because lately I've been like, it's been a while. Us and Get Out were breaking the mold for horror movies for me. Because lately I've just been like, horror movies are just so the same nowadays. And I just was there, whatever. And then I stumbled upon Hereditary. And I lost my mind. Hereditary was wild from beginning to end. Like it was wild, bro.
That movie, I walked out the theater feeling unclean.
Like, what did I do wrong?
I was like, the fuck? Like, I can't wash that out of my eyeballs.
Like, and Scream is just another. It's in the top 3 of smartest horror movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's another like Cabin in the Woods type situation.
Right. Genius.
Like it took everything you knew about horror movies and played against that.
Played against it. Do I go against the classic and pick the newer one because it was wild? Because that when she's banging her head on the attic, I'm like, yo, like,
bruh.
And when the kid got her head chopped,
bruh, when she like, as soon as I saw that motherfucking cake in that party, I was like, this ain't gonna go nowhere good. This ain't gonna go nowhere good. And then she was fucking
trying to get his rocks off.
Right, he just trying to get his rocks off.
He was trying to get his nut off, and she got nuts, and then we're done.
And then she like in the back seat and shit, and it's just tension just building. I was like, man, she can't breathe. I feel like I can't breathe. What the fuck is about to happen? She opened that fucking window, and that was it. I
did not think her head was gonna fly off though.
And then they didn't even
to her.
And they ain't even show it to you yet.
Right.
They let you hear it. This dude, this motherfucker goes all the way home, goes and gets in his bed and everything. And then the mama had to see her body in the car. Man. And then they like, when she see the body, then they show you the head. It's like, you motherfuckers.
I was more confused. I was like, why didn't they attack him? If I was a parent and I came and she went with you and I came back and she's dead, her head going, I might kill you.
Like we got like you my kid too, but we got problems. Motherfucker, like what the fuck? And you just went to bed, motherfucker? Like what?
For that reason alone, I'm picking Scream. Just because we talked about that, I'm picking Scream.
You know what? Fuck that nigga. That's fucked up. I'm picking Scream because it's the Cabin in the Woods situation. Like I love it.
It's smart.
I love how he like flips shit on his head. That fucking scene with Jamie Kennedy yelling at the screen, yelling at Jamie Lee Curtis.
Turn around, Jamie.
I was done.
Jamie.
I was done because I was like, because when did that movie come out? Like 1998?
I think 98, 99 for sure.
I'm fucking 10 years old, and I'm like, This is the smartest thing I've ever seen.
Like genius. Like somebody get Wes Craven. Just give him every award that there is.
Right.
Like, just give it to him.
And the fact that horror movies don't be getting respect like that, like, if they got something like that, you don't respect it.
It's so disrespectful.
All right, I say
like we just talking about.
No, go ahead.
I was like, you just like in the same thing you say, they don't get the respect they deserve. What's her name in Hereditary? I just had it. The main actress in Hereditary.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, she should have got an Oscar. Bill Hader should have got an Oscar for It Chapter 2. Get Out should have won every award. Like it is disrespectful that they don't get the awards. But whatever.
And she been dope since motherfucking Sixth Sense.
Facts.
Fuck is her name?
I forgot her name, and I can't think of it because she was in Hereditary. She was also in what's that?
Yeah, keep naming movies. I'll find it.
The detective movie that she was just in. It was, and all of them. Lakeith Stanfield was in that detective movie.
Toni Collette. That's her name.
Toni Collette. There it is.
Woo! There it is.
Yeah, she should definitely deserve. She definitely deserves Oscar.
Because I started trying to think of the name of that movie, and then her name popped in my head.
Right. Oh man, this side.
Woo! Okay, now this side is gonna. Exorcist wins by default because I've never seen the Babadook.
Wow, really?
I started it and turned it off.
Yeah, you didn't miss much.
I didn't finish it.
Yeah, you didn't miss much. It's a sadder movie. It's like a sadder, like depressing type movie. But The Exorcist is going to win by default because one, you haven't seen the Babadook, and because let's just be honest, we're talking about the fucking Exorcist here.
I mean, right, bro?
like you just said about Freddie with the welcome to primetime, bitch. Goddamn, your mother sucks cocks in hell is another top 5 line. Like, bruh, this movie was allowed to be made.
And like I said, man, little kids gonna always be fucking creepy. Always,
right? Always. Fucking turn your head around, crawling down the stairs backwards, stabbing yourself.
That crawling down the stairs shit,
cross.
Boy, that shit is so dope.
I said this is wild, but yeah, for sure, The Exorcist. We can go ahead and circle that green. Now. Alien or Final Destination?
See, this is where we get. That's like classic and then modern classic. Because I consider Final Destination a classic now, but it's still kind of new. But I consider that shit a classic now.
When Final Destination came out? 01? 2000? Somewhere around there.
2000, yeah. Some yes. Right, that's hard. See, Alien got the slow build.
They do, and when it get to it. We get jumping.
Get to it. Yeah,
we get the jumping though. Once it get to it, we keep going.
But man, at the same time, Final Destination made me look at my house different.
Facts. And that bus, like I got hit by that bus. I remember watching it in the theaters. Literally, the crowd going crazy. I'm talking about they had to stop the movie. They had to pause the movie because they wouldn't stop going crazy. And I was only like, I think it came out 2000, 2001. I was only like maybe 6, 7 at the time. And I specifically remember that.
Man, yeah. I think I got to pick Final Destination, man.
I don't agree. I don't disagree. I would go with Final Destination as well.
That movie's fucking dope. Like if I'm like being extra safe around my house because of a movie, that's some shit.
Yeah, I don't see myself going to space no time soon. So I'm right, not kidding.
That's that shit like The Strangers, like how I'm like locking up the house. I don't care if you knock on my door because that shit just fucked with me. Same thing. I'm making sure my bathroom clean, make sure ain't ever no water on the floor. Because I ain't slipping and fucking dying. No, thank you. Make me feel like death is literally after me.
Right.
Fuck that.
Because it just makes you think like, this is the game we're playing the entire time of life? Death, we just haven't been on death's list yet.
Right. Like, man, hope my fucking number don't come up.
Right.
Death don't fuck around.
Right. Texas Chainsaw Massacre or The Thing.
Now, that's so funny. Both of these movies have remakes.
Right. And I'm not talking about the remakes.
I do love the original Thing.
Mm-hmm.
because that shit is dope. I actually prefer the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
Wow.
Which is
a lot
weird.
gorier. Because people get that confused. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they always think of gore. It wasn't that gory.
It wasn't that gory. That shit was just, it was off-putting as fuck.
Yeah, it was awful. It was just like, oh my God, what is going on?
Like you could tell like it stunk in the rooms they were filming in.
It was probably awful. It was probably awful.
It's like, it looked like it's hot.
When that movie made in '74, it was probably, they probably didn't get paid that much for nothing they did.
Right. Homeboy probably didn't even know how to actually use the chainsaw, so it was probably some shit you should actually be worried about anytime he was holding it.
Right. That shit is wild. And I'm gonna pick The Thing. I like The Thing a lot. The Thing is one of my favorites. I like The Thing.
I'm with you because that's another thing about like how it makes you look at stuff different. Like they were looking at each other different. Like it made them suspicious of everybody around them.
Right.
Like,
do you think Childs was a thing at the end, or do you think he was normal?
I go under I go with the theory of like how they're like, you could see Kurt Russell, you can still see his breath.
You see his breath, and you couldn't see it. That's what I was saying too. Yeah, I think he was one.
So yeah, for sure. I'm like, yeah, he was.
Yeah. Saw or Insidious?
Off rip gut reaction. I wanted to say Saw.
I was gonna tell you this was the easy one for me.
Because when that nigga got off the
floor is the second in my movie watching history. It's the second greatest plot twist in my life.
My motherfucking head exploded. I was like,
"Why was you so still the entire time?"
I was looking at people like, did y'all just see this? Yeah. This nigga just stood up. And then his voice at that moment too, man, game over. Motherfucker. Like, man, game over for real. Like, you know, when the writer was like writing that shit, he's like, boy, I'm gonna get him with this one.
They're never gonna expect the nigga who's dead in the middle of the floor just to be like, nah, I was just playing, bro. I'm up. You good?
Been dead.
I'm gonna leave you in here.
I'm gonna shocking motherfuckers when they ain't even paying attention.
Saw for sure though. That's easy.
And there's something in my heart that loves like that low budget aspect of a fucking horror movie, man. Like,
now the rest of it, like after that, they kind of lost their minds with the whole series. I was very confused. I was looking at the series like, I don't know where the story is going now.
Okay, Saw is like Indiana Jones to me. There's only 3 Indiana Jones movies. To me, there's only 3 Saw movies.
Right.
Anything after that, I ain't fucking with them.
Saw 1, Saw 2, and there's one in like later down that was good. Saw 6.
I think that's
Saw 6. Saw 6 that was good. I was like,
but whatever.
Why'd y'all come back good in 6?
Whatever. What's his name? Chris Rock is working on. I want that Spiral movie. That needs to go to streaming or something because I want to see what the fuck he did.
Right.
Because I love it when comedians come to fucking horror.
Because look at Jordan Peele, fucking genius,
right? Hell yeah.
Psycho or Candyman?
Candyman literally hits personal because I grew up in Chicago.
Okay.
So like, motherfucking, that hits my nostalgia. Like, motherfuckers like, oh yeah, fucking scary ass black dude that live in Cabrini Green gonna fuck you up. Like, oh shit, hold up, that's real.
You gonna pick it over the classic Psycho?
Psycho is a classic. I'm not saying I'm picking it. I'm just saying it hits personal. Psycho is a classic. Psycho is a classic, and it's one of them early movies that fucked with people that made you think like, oh, you thought this movie was gonna be about this lady and her situation? Nah, this ain't even about her.
We kill her.
We'll kill her. We'll kill her off rip. Make like her plot don't even matter no more, and it's a whole different movie. And you know what? Like
saying all that, saying all that, I'm gonna go with what you said at the beginning. Candyman. I feel like everybody has their movie growing up that just scared the fuck out of them. I feel like our parents' movie it was The Exorcist, and after them, it was probably Nightmare on Elm Street or one of them, Halloween or one of them. Ours, to me, when I was growing up, Candyman was the scariest thing ever growing up.
I'm telling you 100%. I've never done that shit. Never said that shit in the mirror. Never did it.
I was trying to
and
tell
I
you.
know it's a movie. I'm a grown ass man.
I'm still not doing it.
I know it ain't real, but I'm still not fucking with it.
I ain't saying
because it's just
I
like
did the Bloody Mary thing. I done did the Bloody Mary thing in the mirror, but I ain't never did Candyman. Nah, nope,
Mary,
not doing it.
Bloody Mary ain't got no good movie. That's why.
That's what you know. What that makes sense. Paranormal Activity or 28 Days Later.
Paranormal Activity had the unfortunate luck of being so far after Blair Witch Project.
Mm-hmm.
That like I've seen this. I already know what you're trying to do. Like, okay, it's in the house, but I already know what you're trying to do here.
Okay.
28 Days Later now.
Mm-hmm.
I love me a fucking zombie movie.
That intro is one of the greatest intros to a movie ever. That nigga walking through London like, I am confused on where are the people.
like, the fuck happened? He like, man, I was, what, huh? That would fuck you up. That would fuck with your mental state immediately.
Immediately. Like, come on, bro. What are we doing here, dog?
Infected with rage. Fucking that rage virus? No, but yeah, 28 Days Later, I can't fuck with you. I can't fuck with you. Because 28 Days Later going,
I would do the red circle on this one.
Oh, okay.
I like paranormal. Yeah, I like paranormal. I like, even though, like you said, 100% you're correct on that. Blair Witch did this, so I know what you're trying to do. But I feel like I hadn't seen the camera aspect where they're just sitting and like you're sitting there waiting for something to happen and it's inside the house and they're actually showing you more than Blair Witch did. Blair Witch didn't show you shit. Even at the end, it didn't show you shit.
That's true.
All you saw was the dude falling.
At home in the corner.
And but when she threw that, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I thought you was gonna hear a noise downstairs and you see something like dragging the body up. I did not think she was gonna throw that nigga back at the camera. I was like, wait a minute.
True. Tossed his ass. It was like
that's why I'm going with we through the red circle. I love 28 Days Later, but I would pick Paranormal Activity over that one. Now, It or The Ring. Now, the It I'm talking about right here is the remake, not the TV series. Not the TV series.
That is a good idea. Because I tell you right now, like, that remake, that's where the fuck it's at. That is where it is at.
Bill Skarsgård is not playing.
That dude is that dude. It. Because Bill Skarsgård is it.
Is it. And I would agree. I feel like The Ring is very overhyped.
I mean, and it is all. Both of these are technically remakes because Ringu came out way before it, and it is just fucking better, man.
It's a good movie. Those child actors are amazing,
dude, bruh. Those kids. Great. It's like, oh man, I knew all these kids when I was little. Like, you knew kids just like that.
For sure.
So anytime a movie can make you like feel it, make it feel real in that way, it's like, oh, bro, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Now this is interesting.
Halloween or It Follows?
Because this is really interesting because like It Follows, it's like just this thing in the shape of a person that's following you. It's not really supposed to be a person. And like Halloween, that's what he was described in the script. He was the shape.
Right.
So that's fucked up.
It Follows was one of the movies, like I was telling you, over the time, like I've just been watching horror, like this is the same thing. It Follows was something I've never seen before. Never seen before. Never even thought about, oh, what if we made a demon into a sexually transmitted disease? I don't know.
Bruh, like, how can you,
like,
they were like, how can we make STDs even scarier?
right. I said, what in the
Like,
safe sex are we practicing here?
because that's another thing playing on like the classic like aspect of horror movies. Like anytime you have sex in horror movies, like those are the people who die. They're like, we're gonna literally make the whole movie. If you have sex, you put yourself on the chopping block for real. You know what? Just for that, yeah, It Follows.
Wow.
Bruh.
Whoa, that is
Sorry.
a upset.
Sorry.
I hear one. Whoa, we gonna get rid of Michael that early?
Just breaking it down when I was thinking about it just like that, I was like, yo, that's fucked up.
Wow, you definitely got to put a red circle for that one.
Yeah.
That is a upset for sure. That is, I think you're the first person. No, you and my sister. Y'all the only two people to put It Follows over Halloween. And my dad would be disgusted right now. If he came in here and listened, he'd be like, yeah, both of y'all fucking suck. I'm like, I didn't even do it. Like,
I cut that zoom off. Unzoom. Zoom out, goddammit.
Right. That's a different one. I was not expecting that one. But
bro, I wasn't expecting it until I started saying it. I was like, you know what?
Yeah. This is the beauty of this.
Yeah.
So we start with the second round on this side, the second round on that side.
Second round on the other side.
Okay.
That way it gives us like some time away from the movies before we were talking about them.
Mm-hmm. The Descent.
And The Conjuring.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. When it gets to like the second, third, and fourth rounds, I'd be like, bro, we're picking by like nail beds here. Like I don't know what to like. What you want me to do? Like The Conjuring or The Descent?
I feel like with this level, I'm gonna go up to like filmmaking aspects.
Okay.
Because like both of these movies are, I know, already like fuck with me, creepy.
Mm-hmm.
But
filmmaking wise,
like I said, Conjuring, it was like, you know what? Let's start a universe. Let's take these stories that exist about like fuck me with that shit. They're like, fuck it. You've heard these kind of stories. Like it took the idea of like telling stories like just fucking around the campfire and you hear stories and hear stories like, and it was like, fuck that. All those stories you hear, all these things you've heard of, all these possible things, let's play on that and give it to you in all different ways.
Thanks.
Like, fucking yeah, man, let's do that. And like I said, The Descent does fuck with me on like a personal level that it makes me literally uncomfortable, which means to do so, you have to shoot that movie in a particular way.
Here's my only thing that's holding me back from saying The Conjuring. Even though I'm leaning towards that way, The Descent's ending will make you fucking sad as fuck. When you thought she got away and she got in the car, and then the ghost of her friend pop up at the window, and then she's like looking at her daughter in the cave, and all the things are still crawling. Like, so basically, it's just playing in her mind. She's really just stuck in the cave. I was like, "Is this how we ended the movie?" Like,
facts. You know what? Yep.
Tough though, but I love The Conjuring. I love hide and clap. I fucking love hide and clap. Who doesn't fucking love hide and clap? I love when the fucking demon picks up the little girl by her hair and swings her around the living room. I thought that was hilarious. I'd probably go with The Conjuring by a slim margin, though. By the slimmest of margins. This is going to be wild in the second round. I can already tell. Like, this is going to be wild.
I think I'm going to go with The Conjuring with you.
Okay.
You like bringing up that ending of Descent almost got me. I was like, you know what?
I'm trying to it fuck you up.
The
man.
Descent is the shit with that ending. Maybe, but you know what? Yeah. Fuck yes, Conjuring.
All right.
I'm with it.
Freddy or They Are Here.
Now, see, this is both 80s classics.
Mm-hmm.
Part of my part of my growing up. These are some of the earliest fucking movies I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Freddy fucks with
Right
your
now, yeah,
dreams.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like here, both of these concepts are original concepts. They're different. Like she is trapped on the other side of this fucking television in this fucking wormhole of fucking whatever this is.
True.
And
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 like
somebody took
this,
the idea of having you can't go to sleep. That is the scariest thing to think about. I don't care. You have to go to sleep eventually. Literally,
yeah,
you
like no
have
matter
to.
what, you gotta sleep.
You got to.
Like,
And Freddie just that's why Freddie just she can chill the whole movie. Like I don't gotta rush. You gonna come to me
like,
eventually.
like
Like,
eventually you gonna have go you gonna nod right off,
mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna
And I got
slice
you.
your ass up.
And I got you. And I got you. This is wild.
That is
Like
fucked up. That
that
is
is
fucked up, and it fucks with me the most.
I would
I
have
feel
to
like
go
it
with
fucks with
Nightmare.
me the most.
Yeah, I'm had to go with Nightmare.
Like nigga, I gotta sleep at some point. Like,
Right.
yeah, Freddy all fucking day. Like, Poltergeist is creepy,
Mm-hmm.
some
The clown
almost
will
like
fuck with you.
extra dimensional shit. But at the end of the day, I gotta lay my head down.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Nightmare for real.
All right, where do we go here? Cabin in the Woods
Woods and
or The Strangers?
Strangers. Mm.
Wow.
Mm. Mm.
Ooh. Ooh. I might have to lean with Cabin on this one. Cabin was just way too
Really?
smart of a movie. It was way too smart of a movie. To be how slept on that it is, that most people don't talk about it as much as they need to be talking about it. The Strangers even got a sequel. Cabin in the Woods,
It
people don't even talk about it.
it did get a sequel. I almost forgot about that. That took a while to come out though.
It
That took a
did. It took
while.
10 years.
Cabin in the Woods didn't get a sequel, but
Oh, yeah, because they all died at the end. I don't know how we can really go from the sequel here. Like,
like, yeah, it didn't get a sequel.
I'm gonna have to go. Cabin is smart. It's very smart.
Also, when fucking Thor gets on that bike and runs his ass right into that force field,
Wasn't expecting it at all. Even though
that
they
shit,
warn you at the beginning when they see the bird fly into it, and you forget all
that,
about it because everything happens in between, and you just watch it
that
like, oh,
shit,
he might make the jump, and then boom, hit the wall. What
that shit
the?
made me laugh so hard. I was like, man, and I love because horror and comedy are so connected because it's all about tension building and then breaking the tension.
Right.
I gotta go Cabin. I don't know how
Okay.
you feel.
And I'm going with Cabin with you.
All right.
I don't disagree. So far we are agreeing on this second round. Here's the one. Well, this one's easy for me.
This was easy for you.
Yeah,
Jaws
I told you
versus
how I felt
Scream.
about. I told you how I felt about Jaws at the beginning. It's a lot of parts in that movie that bore me.
I got you.
Scream does not bore me once.
Scream doesn't bore you once. Its sequels were better.
Ooh, oh,
Because
that's a statement. I don't know now. Hold on,
every
Scream.
Jaws sequel, every Jaws sequel
Oh, the
compared
Jaws
to the
sequel is
original
awful.
Jaws,
It's
exactly.
awful. Every
Every
Jaws
Jaws
sequel
sequel
is
compared to
terrible.
Jaws is trash, but Scream sequels kind of
Scream
live
3
up.
was terrible.
Yes.
Scream 3 was terrible because it was that one where I forgot. It was like that whole. I don't even remember the movie. I
Wasn't
know
the
Scream.
whole they were making a movie during the whole thing?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
stupid.
because two
Scream
was
4 wasn't
college.
bad. Yes, two was college, and I remember 2. The ending it was supposed to be what's the name was the killer,
Timothy
but they end
Olyphant.
up and they found out people would leak the script, so they had to change it real fast and make Billy's mom and the other dude the fucking killers. And
Oh,
Scream 4,
really?
yeah, and Scream 4 was the one where it was like later down the road.
Yeah, Scream 4 was later down the road. I didn't hate the movie. I didn't think it was bad, but I saw that fucking ending coming.
Right.
I remember.
For sure.
I remember like, oh, okay, I know who the killer is.
Right. But I'm still hard on Scream.
Yeah,
You go with Jaws now. I can't dispute how classic the movie Jaws is.
I enjoy Jaws. It is a classic, but there has been so much time now that the original Scream is also a classic.
Okay.
And it just does, and like I'm saying, like filmmaking, it does shit better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's saying something because Jaws was Steven Spielberg.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm all day with Scream. I will back you up on that.
All righty. Oh, that next round with them two movies. Oh, that's gonna be a talk.
We'll get there.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a talk with that one. Exorcist and Final Destination. That's tough.
How do you qualify that?
Hey, how these two are in so different spectrums of horror. It is so different. These two movies are not the same in one bit
at all.
Right.
Made in such different times too.
Such different times. And then I'm glad you said that because it's going to lead to my point. Let me tell you why I'm a pick Final Destination.
Oh,
the same problem I have with Jaws, I have with Exorcist. Their first like 20 minutes of the movie where they're in Egypt, I'm like, what is the point of this? I understand you trying to establish who Pazuzu is. I understand that. But what is the point? Like, it is so boring. So many scenes in that movie is boring. But their highs of the movie are highs. They're real highs. Now I probably could have said the same thing for Jaws. Jaws highs are very high.
Yeah.
Like the high points of the movie, they're very high. It's just Exorcist.
Here's my thing about that. If a movie is classic and truly good, like, it won't matter when it was made. If it's truly better, it will be better.
If Exorcist can be played now and still scare the crap out of any kid that watches it. That's a fact.
Absolutely.
You know what? You might have sold me. I'm gonna go with Exorcist.
Good. Because it was going to move on anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Exorcist.
But it's nice that it can stay green.
You're right. What's the next one? Oh boy, you gonna have to give me a second on this one. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's the thing versus Saw is wild. I don't even want to pick this. That is wild to even think about.
We can't. What, we gonna skip it? You can't fucking skip it.
I know we can't skip it. That is wild to think about. You know what's crazy? As many details as we can go through with these two movies, I feel like you said, our first thought Saw popped in your head. That ending is gonna take Saw very far in this bracket.
I think so.
The ending of Saw is gonna just kill people because
like the thing had the moment within it's like midpoint in the movie when that fucking head got up and started walking and crawling around.
I said, "Yo, what is going on?" When he's doing the defibrillator and the thing opened up and just bite the dude's hand, I'm like, "Oh, yo, we wilding right now. Like, we getting into it."
Still fucks me up. Oh. But like, when it comes down to it, it didn't leave me fucked up.
Right.
Like, I gotta go back watch it to get fucked up. But Saw leaves me fucked up because like every time I think about it, like, oh, that nigga got off the ground.
Got up for the floor. I don't disagree.
And also, like, he won.
He did.
He got away with his shit. I'm picking Saw.
Saw, I am too.
That motherfucker. That's a bad dude.
I am too. That is this is something.
Now this next one is easy for me.
Oh yeah, because I'm picking Candyman. I know you're probably gonna pick 28 Days Later, but I think
I was gonna pick 28 Days Later.
I know because you said you love you a zombie movie, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Candyman fucked me up, scared. Like I understand 28 Days Later is gonna move on because this is your bracket, but Candyman still scared the crap out of me. I don't mind that 28 Days Later moves on though. I don't mind the 28 Days Later move on. I'm still hurt about Halloween. That's the only one I'm still hurt about.
Look, you got to let that go.
That's the only one I'm still hurt about. But the 28 Days, I don't mind 28 Days Later moves on. It's a good movie, especially that beginning. The beginning of that's just cinematic gold right there.
What I did was I saved you trouble because now you don't have to do Pennywise versus Michael Myers.
I like that matchup because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you pick It Follows over Penny, we're gonna have a whole discussion.
I wasn't gonna do that. See?
Okay, great.
It was gonna move. It was gonna make it to the Elite Eight no matter what. So like the fact that Michael got knocked out early, he was still gonna get knocked out.
Okay.
It was gonna happen because Pennywise is that dude.
He is. All right, so we both going with It over It Follows.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know if they both say It. That's hilarious. I just really didn't understand. Okay. Most of it's green except for one.
Look at that.
Oh shit.
Ooh shit. Shit, you were right. I didn't even think these two fucking woo. Bro, that Conjuring though.
That Conjuring is, I don't know what about the Conjuring is making it fight, boy. This Conjuring is fighting through these movies. Like it is fighting through this bracket.
That Conjuring though. Like
I don't. Here's my thing. I know I just brought up the hide and clap, and I know I just brought up the girl getting swung around the room.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my thing on why I'm probably gonna go with Nightmare. The Nightmare on Elm Street, every death scene is iconic. If you go from her getting dragged on the wall, if you go from what's his name getting pulled through the bed, and the blood and the guys are shooting out. If you go from the mom getting squeezed through the door.
Now this is what I'm gonna tell you. Because I thought maybe you were gonna pick Conjuring, and every time you were gonna say something, you would be like, "Oh," you'd be like, the swinging around. I'd be like, dying on the ceiling.
Dying on. That's what I'm saying. Like
that shit
is, and how they did it is just genius. I'm gonna go with Nightmare.
Yeah, I'd watch that shit 2 days before Halloween because I was watching scary movies like all last month.
Right.
When they in the middle of the night, because they established it like he was like hearing them have sex and shit, so they like, oh, she's just screaming for sex, right. And he just looking at her like get ripped to shreds on the ceiling. There ain't nothing you can do as her boyfriend. Right. There ain't nothing you can't fight nothing. You just gotta watch that.
And then you get blamed. And when it's over, you finna get blamed for it.
Right. And then then you went to jail for it. Then you died in jail.
Right.
Fuck. That shit is a nightmare.
That's what Nightmare's gonna win. Freddy's gonna move on here.
Goddamn right, Nightmare wins. Hell yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay. Now we were talking about smart movies this whole time.
This ain't fair. Yeah, they got so many in the same pros.
Right.
Now this is probably like the old man in me talking because I'm 33.
Okay.
I want to say Scream because without Scream you don't get to Cabin.
Then that is exactly where I was going.
Okay then. All right.
And I was going there too, and I was going to say there has to be a reason that Cabin in the Woods doesn't get the love that it deserves, and the fact that Ghostface is such an iconic character.
Mm-hmm. So and that's the thing, because Scream did the play on the genre, but it also made sure it still had that iconic villain. Cabin did the play on the genre, but it didn't give you nothing to grasp onto.
Nope. The villains was the people who were doing the game, or whatever they want to call it.
Exactly. Fucking white dudes in a bunker somewhere. They will always be the villain forever. But
that makes sense. Scream. Oh, that's a fun one. Freddy versus Ghostface. But we'll get there.
Bro, that's Wes Craven versus Wes Craven.
Craven. I bet Wes Craven in heaven right now, just looking at us like, yep, I'm see them two.
He's like,
they know what
he's like, yeah,
about.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw it 28 days later, and then it got exorcised.
Exorcist or Saw? What are we doing at this point?
At this point, the classic nature of The Exorcist is not going to be enough.
It's not going to be strong enough to beat that ending.
It can't. It's not strong enough to carry it through. Like, yeah, Exorcist is classic and it's got nice scenes, but then Saw, because Saw is very smart. It has that low budget. It has got that low budget feel. But it's also not in that one room the whole time. Like, it's that low budget feel with the one room, but it does take you outside of that to tell you the rest of the story. And then the layers of it to him he uses other people, because they give it to you in the first movie that there was going to be layers to it. Because we think the guy who's holding his family is the dude in charge, but no, he's doing some shit because he's been told to do it too. That shit, anything that got layers to it, I'm gonna have to enjoy that, and I'm gonna have to move it on.
I would agree. I would go with Saw. Not getting an argument out of thee. You're not getting an argument out of thee on this one. This one is again easy for me. I know this one's gonna be hard for you. This is gonna be hard for you, but this is easy for me.
It is easy.
Oh wow! Okay, there it is.
Emphasis on it.
It is. All right, you can go ahead and circle it. You can go ahead and circle Pennywise. Oh, we got 4 iconic killers.
This final four is a mother to the fucker right here. This final four.
We got 4 iconic people.
Motherfucker. We got Scream versus Nightmare.
Freddy versus Ghostface.
I say goddamn. See, what's fucked up is if you go with the argument of one without the other again, then you got Nightmare on top. Because Nightmare came first. That was his first go at it. That was his early stuff. But then he also reinvented himself with Scream.
Right.
God damn.
And the fact that he reinvented himself, did he do better than the original? And I don't say that he did. I don't think, personally, Scream is a better movie than Nightmare on Elm Street.
Do you want to know why I agree?
Why?
Because when it comes down to it, Freddy has personality. Ghostface doesn't.
Ghostface in the costume doesn't. Ghostface outside of the costume are 2 of the funniest people I've ever seen in a horror movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd say Matthew Lillard more than the other dude.
Yeah.
Because
without the other dude, Matthew Lillard isn't as funny at the same time.
True, but
I'm feeling a little woozy.
Oh God, that shit was hilarious. Because he was like, "Okay, Sammy," he shanked his ass. He fucking took him out, son.
Oh man. Yeah, but I would still go with Nightmare.
Yeah, Nightmare. Nightmare's gonna have to move on.
Mm-hmm.
It just has to.
Wow. This next one, though. Boy. I'm not,
Bruh.
I'm not picking. Nope. You can't make me. I actually hate when people do that. They're like, I can't pick. I'm like,
you gonna fucking
pick.
abstain?
Right? You can't do that. Do I pick Jigsaw? Do I pick Pennywise? You know what's crazy?
What?
As much as I love these two movies, I don't think this one is as close as Nightmare or Scream.
Really?
Saw is gonna take this.
You think it's just like a full, just pull away victory?
Because of it. The Pennywise, Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise was just amazing. Right? Mm-hmm. And the movie itself was genius. Both movies. Genius. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It is a remake. It already came from something else. They just took it and it was like, let me take these parts that messed up in the TV, in the miniseries, and make them great. Saw was an original idea that we had never seen before.
I mean, and not only was it a remake, it was based on a book.
Oh, based on the book from Stephen King. So, I'm going to give Saw the edge because of that it was an original idea. Not saying the remake is not a great movie because it is. It's freaking genius.
But I'm with you. Originality is very important when it comes to horror. Like,
and that's why I feel like this one's a little bit more of a gap because Saw was just, we had never seen that.
That pulls it away real quickly. That does.
Now this one I don't have an argument for.
But now
now I don't know who to pick because both of these are very original ideas. Up, right? Yeah, now these both are very original ideas. Oh, we got an idea. Let's make some people they can't sleep. Oh, we got an idea. Let's torture people and have a dude get up at the end that you thought was dead the whole time. What?
Let's have a dude torture people because he feel like they don't appreciate life.
Like they don't appreciate life.
Nigga, what?
Because some of them traps, I'd have been like, bro, just kill me, dog. I'm not digging in my eyeball to get a key out. Absolutely not.
It's like, bro, how much do you want to live, nigga?
Right, not that much.
Like, man, maybe not that much. Maybe I don't love life as much as I thought I did.
Right. Like at all. Like, come on now.
Yeah. Woo. Man.
I can't believe it, bro. I'm really gonna go with Saw, dog.
Really?
I told you that ending is gonna punch his way through this whole bracket.
Really?
Are you going with Freddy? Because I'm not mad at all if you think Nightmare is a better movie.
Both of these movies have like 6, 7 sequels.
That's a fact.
And now at this point, I have to incorporate that.
Okay.
And Nightmare, to me, has the better catalog. Because it got to the point where they decided to have people who would become lucid dreamers and become dream warriors to fight this nigga.
I feel like I hear you until after 3. 4, 5, and 6 are awful.
But then we come back.
But you like the remake. You like the remake. I don't mind the remake either. But 4, 5,
not
and
even
6,
a remake. Not even a remake.
Oh, you talking about New Nightmare was fire. I give you
when
that.
When he brings them into the real world.
Right. New Nightmare was fire. So I give you that. For sure.
I feel like the New Nightmare bringing him into the real world beats out when Saw brought it back to the first movie. because like
I
they
don't mind
did
it.
that because they were desperate and they knew those movies were really going bad.
Hmm.
So they were like, "Remember that first movie?
Right. We
Carrie
got you.
Elways was always around." Like,
That is.
so to me, it's Nightmare. For me,
I don't. You know what? And I don't mind it. I'm agree. I don't mind it at all. Nightmare begins off.
holy shit!
Nightmare on Elm Street
Nightmare on Elm
is the
Street
greatest horror movie of this bracket.
wins the motherfucking horror bracket. Look at that. Nightmare.
Man. Freddy is
Put
like, let's
niggas-
go.
Put niggas to sleep all day.
And that is a bracket.
That is a hell of a bracket. That is a hell of a bracket. But absolutely, I will have you back. But right now, I need you to go ahead, promote.
Oh, got you. I got you.
Where can we find you?
We can find me on YouTube. My channel is called Talk to Me Nice. Nothing is space. It's actually, I can't move. I can't. There it is. It's right behind me. Talk to Me Nice is right behind me. I do skits. I do parodies. I do commentaries. Like you say, I do brackets. You can find me on Twitter at _Justin Woodard. That is my name. And on Instagram, where you can find all my brackets, is at two underscores, call me Wood.
All right, I'm gonna make sure all that's gonna be all in the description of the video. If you're watching the video, it's gonna be in the description of the podcast. If you're just listening, follow him. I follow him. Why don't you follow him? Follow him. Follow me. Follow us.
Follow us.
Follow this journey, because he is coming back, and we're gonna do more brackets. I'm gonna tease it right now. We're doing that black movie bracket, and guess when it's gonna come out? In February. So be ready. All right, man.
All right, man.
You have a good night.
Thank you, man.
Well.